Ingredients to being a high quality server. So, when I first moved to Miami, I was leaving a fucked up situation and entered a reverse but equally fucked up situation. My primary business was not even in its second year yet, and I was in the process of starting up my second business while taking online classes. Long story short, I ended up homeless. So, in order for me to get out of homelessness and be able to get into an apartment, I had to get a job. I already had service experience as a bartender and bottle girl from when I used to live up top, so I ended up getting two service jobs. My morning job was at a restaurant, which was a split shift, AM barista and afternoon bartender. And then I would go into my second job at a different restaurant as a cocktail waitress. I chose these jobs because of nepotism. I got the interviews at both jobs because of my network and relationships and skill set. I already had the matching skill set for the most part, so even though I had to learn new skills and repertoire, I learned them quickly and did what I had to do. It wasn't easy, but I knew in order for me to get back to working on my businesses, I would need a place to operate from. So I set working towards getting an apartment that I could live and work out of as the primary goal. I also had a deadline because I had booked a fashion show in July of 2019, and I knew that I would need to get into an apartment by June the latest so that I could create the pieces for the show. If you find that you need supplemental income to sustain yourself while building your businesses, serving can be a great way to earn money while networking. It can be grueling, especially in Miami, but I just kept my eye on the prize. My key takeaways for anyone trying to establish themselves in the service industry to help build up cash flow to funnel into their businesses are the following. Qualities of a high quality server. Speed. People are paying top dollar for your service and they could just stay at home and eat, but they choose to step out and enjoy the experience that the restaurant provides. As a server, you are a major factor in that experience. Keep that in the forefront of your mind and make sure that you get their orders out as fast as possible. Efficiency. As important as speed is, I would try to make sure that I was not sacrificing efficiency for speed. Try to ensure that you are putting in the correct information so that you can save the kitchen, runners, bartenders, management, and yourself time and resources. Pay attention and stay on top of your tables and orders. Personality. Personality is the icing on the cake. It really ties everything together in the experience you are providing, but it is not enough to provide good service. From my experience, good service is a well-balanced mix of these qualities. And customer service. Keep it cute. Do not argue with customers, no matter how ignorant and entitled they are. And if shit hits the fan, get a manager. Good managers will hold you down. Make your health a top priority. There's a lot of easy access to drugs and alcohol in the industry, and at times it may seem like a good idea to take the edge off. Try to be mindful of how much you engage in these substances because it will eventually take a toll and distract you from your main goal, your businesses. Pay attention to your diet and exercise program. I find that the more discipline I have with this, the more discipline I have overall. Pay attention to your mental and emotional health. Service can be extremely stressful. Developing some form of outlet where you can process and release these emotions in a healthy way is crucial. Whether it be journaling, dancing, making music, whatever works for you, this helped me remain balanced. Set a schedule and stick to it. It's easy to get caught up in the service industry and feel exhausted all the time, but I knew that I would have to work on my businesses when I get home and on my days off if I wanted to be able to keep things moving and eventually transition out of that environment. Keep your eye on the prize. Focus. Do not allow yourself to get caught up in the antics and politics of the environment you're working in. I would observe and pay attention to what was going on and how things function in the environment, but every day I had to remind myself that it was a temporary situation or a stepping stone helping me build a foundation for my businesses. Stay out of the drama as much as possible, and if you have to check somebody, try to do it in the most diplomatic way possible. Final note. While I was homeless, I focused on other aspects of my business that I could work on while I was in transition. I continued working on my posture classes. I continued my online education through my smartphone, both my online classes and listening to audiobooks. I focused on hand-to-hand sales with the limited inventory I had on me. I was able to connect with a couple of stores and get my products placed in them. I continued networking and meeting people and getting my name out there. And just keep in mind that you are your brand and you are representing your brand everywhere you go. So just try to move accordingly. Stay strong, stay focused. It's just temporary.